Hey guys, it's Will from EDM Tips, and today I'm going to show you how to make a chord progression from a melody that you already have written. Now this is something a student of mine asked me last week, and I thought it was going to be useful for everyone to know. So we're going to go from something like this, and we're going to build out the chords until we end up with something like this. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe to my channel now and let's pop into Ableton and get it done. So this is the melody that we're going to be working with. Right, so this first step is to find out which key our melody is written in. So just for simplicity, I've copied the melody from that monophonic synth sound over to a piano sound. And the reason I've done that is it's going to allow us to do all our chord work and all our bass work in the same clip as the melody, so we can see what's going on a lot easier. Okay, to find what key your melody is in, you can either look at what notes are in the melody and then cross-reference those to my keys cheat sheet, which you can download below this video, or you can do it using the circle of fifths, and there's a link to a post about the circle of fifths below this video too. But if you've got accidental notes in your melody, that is to say notes that fall outside whatever key it's actually written in, it can be a bit more confusing and make it a bit harder. So I'm going to show you a really quick and dirty way to find out which key your melody is written in. So what we do is we just write in a repeating bass note on the same note and just copy and paste that across your melody or lead line. And then that sounds horrible, right? So we shift these bass notes up and down until we find the note that sounds strongest with the melody. So we can hear B sounds strong. And that means that the root note of the key in which the melody is written is most likely B. In fact, it's definitely B because you can hear it sounds like the root. So the next step is to find out whether that's B minor or B major. And you can probably know anyway, because if the melody sounds happy, it's probably major. If it sounds a bit sad or melancholic, it's probably in minor. But if you want to make sure, the simplest thing to do now, once you've found your root note, is just transpose all of the notes down to C, or up to C. In this case, we'll go up. And the reason I've done that is because the key of C major and the key of C minor is very easy to work in. And once we've written our chords, we can actually transpose them to any key anyway, just by selecting all the notes and shifting them up or down on the keyboard. Okay, so now we're going to write in every note that's in the key of C major up the side of the piano roll editor. And that is the key of C major. And in Ableton, it's really cool because you can press this fold button and it only shows the notes that are written. And the idea is to see how many of your notes in your melody match up with these notes we've written here. And we can see here that D sharp is not in the key of C major. Okay, that's great. So now what we do is we write in all the notes of C minor. And I've put the notes for each of these scales below this video too. So let's just do C minor. And this is C minor natural. And now when we press fold, we can see that all of the notes of this melody are actually falling in that. So we know that this is now a melody that's in the key of C minor. And that's great because now we can start building the chords. Okay, so step 2 is to write the bass notes in before the chords. And in EDM, you'll usually have a chord change every bar or every 2 bars. It depends on the genre and what's going to work for your piece of music. But usually you will have a chord for 4 beats, another chord for 4 beats, another chord for 4 beats, and another chord for 4 beats. Sometimes you might have one chord for 8 beats and then another 2 at 4 beats each. Or if it's a deep house track, you might just have 2 chords. If it's a techno track, you might just have 1 chord. But we're going to work with making a 4 chord progression now. So what we're going to do is copy our template notes and duplicate them down an octave. So we are now working with 2 octaves, and all of these notes are still in the key of C minor, which is what our melody is written in. And a top tip is to try starting your chord progression on the root note, and in this case it's C. And that's a very strong place to start most chord progressions. You don't have to, but it's a good place to start. So using only notes from within the key of C minor, let's write 4 bass notes that are going to work with our melody. In fact, I'm going to duplicate the template 1 more octave down as well. So we've got 3 octaves of C minor to work with. C minor natural, I might add. Okay, so let's work out these 4 bass notes. And if you stick to the notes within this template, you're not going to go far wrong. Look, I mean, we can change these to pretty much anything and it's still going to sound good. But I prefer the first one I did, so we're going to stick to that. And now the third stage is simply building the chords up from these bass notes. For more details on that, you can check out my video, which I'll link to at the end of this, on how to build EDM chord progressions, but I'll just do it quickly. And when you're in this folded view in Ableton, all you have to do is draw in notes on every other note in this template. And that is how you can create a chord progression from your melody. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to download the resources below the video. Thank you for subscribing, and I will see you next time. Cheers and happy producing.